I'm seeing a lot of talk online, people minimizing the contributions of free labor. Free labor can never be underappreciated because it was free. You took it, right? And I don't trust no black person who is against black Americans receiving some form of reparations. I don't even trust black Americans or any foreigner, politician or wherever who's too cowardly to even speak about reparations, right? Asians, y'all bombed Japan and y'all was at war with Japan and they got reparations. Y'all didn't feed no Japanese babies to alligators. Japanese one getting mad. I don't want to hear that, right? So they got their money. Israel gets the money you send to Israel could be used for reparations, right? The money you sent to Ukraine could have been used for reparations. And so it bothers me when I hear these foreign-born black politicians, African politicians, Caribbean politicians, politicians with Nigerian-born parents getting up here saying what black Americans don't deserve. It's not your conversation, buddy, right? If somebody else went through a trauma and I walk in the room and I start, you know what, your trauma wasn't that bad. You don't deserve that. That's not my place. It's really actually rude, extremely rude for me to assume that I can talk about another person's trauma. That would be like saying, pick a country, say Egypt, right? Egypt, Syria. Say the women in Syria were violently abused, right? And those women decide to sue the Syrian government. Then I go to Syria, I open a business, it's doing well. I take my wife, my daughter, the business do well, and then my wife and daughter say, these women don't deserve no money. That would sound ridiculous, right? So that's how ridiculous these politicians or these foreigners sound saying what black Americans don't deserve. Now, if you black and you got black grandparents and you got a different conversation about reparations, that's fine. And I don't think we're gonna ever get them. Don't get me wrong. But I'm gonna always fight and feel like we deserve them because it's our lineage, you know. And if it's ever a politician, first of all, if we ever came together and created a power block of voting as black people, reparations would be on the table, right? If we ever could stop arguing about who's a Democrat and who's a Republican and put ourselves to the forefront as black Americans first, black Americans with black American grandparents, right? That can trace their lineage back to the 1900s, right? Early 1900s, 1800s, honestly, right? People who are natives of this land, right? So if we could come together as a voting bloc, set principles and rules for ourselves, find businesses and communities and shop and spend our dollar with each other, excuse me. The black dollar leaves the community in 6 seconds. So that means the minute I get paid, 6 minutes or 6 seconds, my money is going to the white man, the Arab man, the Chinese man, the African braider. Your money gone. So we got to get a voting block, and then we can start holding each other accountable. And then once we do that, we can start holding politicians accountable, and then reparations will be a valuable discussion. Until we're strong enough to move as a unit, as the Asians do, as the Jewish people do, right? Until we're able to do that, we will be powerless in the reparations talk. And we too welcoming to everybody who wants to leech on us